TechRanch has this long-term history of working with entrepreneurs around the world. We've worked with entrepreneurs, including from Armenia, from 42 different countries. The thing that we're really focused on is how can we actually help deploy solutions to world problems? And I'm going to give you an example of what I mean by that in a few slides. But the whole reason that I started TechRanch was I've been a long-term technology entrepreneur, and I decided that instead of just building more technology for technology's sake and to make money, in fact, my face was on the cover of Computer World magazine. But at one point, I realized that I really wanted to have more personal impact with entrepreneurship. In not just not it shouldn't be just about making money. It should be about making money and making a difference. I'm really pleased with saying that TechRanch was selected years later as in one of the top 3 social impact incubators in the U.S. Now, we don't use the words social impact. We say impact innovation. And the reason is we do have a technology focus. Sometimes social impact can be kind of can be very soft, and especially when I'm talking to someone who comes from an industrial kind of country like Armenia that that has like industrial type of focus and minerals and things like that. From what I understand, it drives your economy. The thing that is interesting is we're saying, okay, let's use these tools of entrepreneurship and technology, but let's go solve problems. And one of the important things to speak about in being entrepreneurs is these areas that we're referring to, they're always evergreen. That is, if you have something that solves a health issue, people will always have money associated to solve health issues. They might not have, money for taking care of like an application that how has 2 people find each other socially, some kind of social app. But things that actually solve fundamental human problems are always good. And even though I didn't, when I set out to start TechRanch, I didn't really realize that the premise, the thesis, actually had this two ways that it impacted things. Now it says using Austin as the crossroads, or it says cross, but crossroads is really what that's referring to. One of the things that I'm going to talk a little bit about Austin culture, because I think it's really interesting about how this idea about how we can actually take the world and make all these crossroads across it and open up opportunity from Armenia to South Australia, open up our opportunity from Mexico to Egypt. We actually have interesting projects that are happening, not just between Texas, where I'm from, and other parts of the world, but also our network is now opened up opportunities. I just gave an example between Egypt and Mexico. And a lot of it is just recognizing what I'm about to say on this next slide. There's a science fiction writer named William Gibson that says the future is already here, just not widely distributed yet. And then the Kevin Koym, my corollary to that is to say all the world's problems have already been solved. All the world's problems have already been solved. It's just a matter of connecting the entrepreneur with the solution to the market with a problem. And that key idea about it is it's the most important concept that I want to share with you today. In the age of the internet, where we can, speak, all these thousands of miles or thousands of kilometers away from each other, that we're still connected and we can actually, share concepts, drive business, explore different business ideas together and be successful at it. In my experience of working with entrepreneurs around the world, there's always something there that, that a lot of times I get to be in this unique position to hold up a mirror to say, hey, wait, this is what's happening in your economy. And this is where we need to have this connect into these other parts of the world. I want to make sure that you get that concept because it's at the basis of what this slide is all about how is it that we can connect the insight, or we say it this way, let's solve local problems with global insight. And everyone has you have insight to problems that might be on some other part of the world that because they've been solved in Armenia, just by presenting that insight in a different way, you can actually solve that problem and also build a good business.